Welcome back, my little dandelions. It's been a while since I've been something like this, Loki. And I don't know, guys. I don't know. Anyway, so oh shit, dude. Shit, dude. Okay, I don't even know what to do, Loki. You know what I'm saying? Wait, let me see. I gotta check everything if it's correct. Okay. Wait, let me see. I gotta check everything if it's correct. Ooh, I'm looking handsome as freak, bro. I'm looking handsome, bro. Okay. Guys. I'm scared. Oh. And I don't even know. Oh. I'm scared. Hey. Loki, I don't even freaking know. Okay. Okay, wait, there's two people. Hello, everybody type hi in the chat. Everybody type hi in the chat. Please. I'm beg. Type hi in the chat. Anyway, okay, guys. So, I've been feeling like I haven't streamed. Take that shit off your nose. Nigga, why you always hating? Like, hop the fuck off, dog. Like, if you wanna, like, just hop off, okay? Just hop off. Anyway. Wait, what was I doing? Thanks, dumbass. They confused me. Roblox, bro. Okay, we gotta start off with a little Roblox. It's been a while since Mikasa Sukasa type shit. And, I don't know. I just been, oh. Continue update. Bro, are we serious? Okay, we're gonna have to start with the reaction because dog is not updating. Anyway, actually, no, it's actually not that bad. I've been wanting to do a reaction for that bad. For like so long. I was like, should I do a reaction or no? But here, okay. Wait, I shall speed Halloween stream. Oh, fuck that nigga. Okay, guys. Marceline. Okay. Shit.
When the news hits hard and the pain won't stop, we move fast. Stay sharp.
Was she giving birth? What the fuck? Okay.
Crushed.
Today, okay. The most painful Disney... What the fuck? The worst Disneyland deaths ever. So, welcome back, guys. Today, we're going to be reacting to the most deaths that happened at Disney. I don't know, gang. This was like a long time ago. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow my main channel. Anyway, here we go.
Behind the magic. Deborah Gale Stone was 18 years old when she started her dream job as a hostess at Disneyland's America Sings attraction in 1974. The ride was a rotating theater showcasing the history of American music through animatronic characters. Guests sat in a moving outer ring that rotates to different scenes, while the inner section was stationary. Between each scene, large walls would move, creating temporary darkness as the next set appeared. On July 8th, just 2 weeks after the attraction opened, Deborah was stationed between the stationary wall and one of the rotating platforms. Her job was simple: guide guests and ensure the show ran smoothly. What wasn't simple was the engineering flaw that would turn deadly. The gap between the moving and stationary walls was just 12 inches at its narrowest point.
Bro, why do they make the...
Rotation exerted thousands of pounds of pressure, designed to move regardless of minor obstructions. Guests in the theater heard screams coming from behind the walls. Many assumed it was part of the show's sound effects. The walls continued their mechanical movement, crushing Deborah between them with...
No, actually, why did she scream loud? Like, if you're going through that much pain, you gotta scream, dog. You gotta scream like the loudest you can. Why is she not screaming? Like, why is she not screaming? Screaming, what? Why is she not screaming loud?
Force. The compression was catastrophic. Her ribcage collapsed first, puncturing her lungs and heart. Within seconds, the pressure fractured her spine and pelvis. By the time other cast members realized something was wrong and stopped the ride, it was too late. When maintenance workers finally separated the walls, they found Deborah's body.
You're only talking to me? Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know why you guys act like the moment somebody starts streaming, they get like hundreds of views. That's not how it works, dog. Like, everybody got to start somewhere, okay? Everybody got to start somewhere.
Grotesquely flattened. blood pooling on the floor beneath her. Medical examiners later determined she remained conscious for nearly 40 seconds as her body was slowly crushed.
Bro, how did nobody hear her scream? Like, I know she's in an enclosed space, but like, she had to scream, right? Go on TikTok? Dude, I'm literally doing a YouTube video. This is last time you got 30. I know, but I'm doing a YouTube video right now, dog. This is a YouTube video within a live stream. I don't think you understand. So yeah, I don't know.
Experiencing excruciating pain before death finally came. The next day, America Sings reopened with new safety lights and proximity sensors. Deborah's death became a grim reminder of the machinery behind Disney's magic. The derailment disaster. Marcelo Torres was 22 years old when he visited Disneyland with friends on September 5, 2003. The California native chose to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, one of the park's signature attractions. The Gold Rush-themed coaster was designed to simulate a runaway mine train. Reaching speeds of 30 miles per hour as it twisted through artificial caverns and desert landscapes. Torres settled into the front row of the first passenger car.
Wait, low-key, why did they make it go so fast if it's such an enclosed space? Just go there. Why did they make it so fast when it's in an enclosed space? Think about it, right? Like, if the train goes a little too fast, or like there's like something in the track, it like flies off and it hits the rock, and that's like really bad, right? So why would they make it in such an enclosed space? That's really bad. Like, it should at least be on like 15 miles per hour at the highest.
Directly behind the locomotive. What Torres couldn't know was that maintenance crews had been performing improper repairs on the ride for months. The previous night, mechanics had replaced a critical wheel assembly, but failed to install a required safety wire that would keep the axle in place.
Why didn't... Oh my god. How did nobody know? How did nobody know? Like... Do they just not like have like a clock in thingy, like when the workers come to clock in to work? Do they not have those? Because how does nobody know that the workers were working on there? Like Disney, like you need to do better, dog. You need to do better. What the fuck?
No supervisor had checked the work. As the train climbed the third lift hill, the unwired axle began to work loose from its housing. At 11:22 a.m., as the train crested the hill and began its descent, the front locomotive's undercarriage violently separated from its chassis. Metal screeched against metal as the cars behind it, still moving at full speed, slammed into the derailed engine. The first passenger car, where Torres sat, bore the brunt of the impact. The locomotive's weight crushed inward, compressing the space where Torres was seated. The collision fractured Torres's chest and ribs with such force that bone fragments punctured his heart and lung.
Bro, what? Oh my god. See, like Disney, look, Disney literally had to pay his family for this. They have to pay his family for this. Oh my god.
He remained conscious as blood filled his chest cavity, each breath becoming more difficult than the last. Medical examiners later found that Torres did not die instantly, but suffocated over approximately 2 minutes as...
Why? Oh my god. See. This has to be Disney's fault. Like, Disney has to be held accountable for this. Because ain't no way they just let a ride go like that. What the fuck?
His lungs collapsed. Nearby passengers, many with broken bones and facial lacerations, watched helplessly as he struggled to breathe. When paramedics finally reached the scene, they found Torres still strapped in his seat, his body contorted by the crushed compartment. Blood had soaked through his clothing and pooled on the ride's track below. His friends, seated just behind him, had suffered only minor injuries, a difference of mere inches between life and death. The boy who fell from the mountain. Mark Maples was 15 years old when he visited Disneyland with his family.
Okay. Let me give you something. Since this nigga is like 15, right? He probably jumped off, or he like unbuckled his seatbelt. I'm calling it right now, cause ain't no way a nigga just die like that. Like niggas don't just die like that, low key. So he had to do something stupid.
Family on January 3rd, 1964. The Matterhorn bobsleds had been operating for nearly 6 years by then, thrilling guests with its 80-foot drops and sharp turns that simulated an alpine adventure.
What?
The steel-tracked ride, themed after Switzerland's iconic mountain, was the first tubular steel roller coaster in the world. Mark and his friend boarded a bobsled car in the afternoon, securing the simple lap belt that was the ride's only restraint system. As the bobsled climbed the initial lift hill, Mark was visibly excited. Other passengers in nearby sleds later reported that he had been daring his friend to raise their hands during the drops. The cars reached the top of the first hill, preparing for the signature plunge that made the ride famous. What happened next occurred in just seconds. At the crest of the hill, as the bobsled began to pick up speed, Mark suddenly stood up. Whether it was a moment of teenage bravado...
Oh my god, I literally told you guys. Nigga would do this. I literally said he would do this, bro. Why? Like, why?
Or a misunderstanding about the ride's mechanics remains unknown. The physics were unforgiving. As the sled pitched downward at 20 miles per hour, Mark lost his balance. His center of gravity shifted forward, and the momentum pulled him completely out of the vehicle. Mark fell approximately 30 feet before striking the steel track below. Primary impact was to his skull, causing an
overnight. Weird. What the fuck? Okay, this is weird. I tried this shit overnight. Okay, we're back.
immediate depressed cranial fracture. Bone fragments were driven deep into his frontal lobe. Though the brain damage was catastrophic, death was not instantaneous. Medical examiners later determined that Mark remained alive for at least 2 minutes after impact.
Okay, so like at this point, having a death at Disney is like the worst thing ever. Because what do you mean like everybody is remaining alive for more than 2 seconds? Like they're suffering the most painful death ever for no fucking reason. I mean, yeah, for no fucking reason, apparently. Disney needs to do better, dog. What?
His breathing shallow and irregular as his brain began to swell inside his shattered skull. Ride operators found him splayed across the track, still conscious but unable to move or speak. Blood pooled beneath his head, running down the manufactured mountainside in thin rivulets. By the time the park's medical team arrived, Mark had slipped into a deep coma. He was transported to a nearby hospital where, despite emergency surgery to relieve the pressure on his brain, he died 3 days later without ever regaining consciousness. Decapitated on the slopes, Dolly Regine Young was 48 years old when she visited Disneyland in January 1984. The Matterhorn bobsleds had been one of the park's signature attractions for decades, and Dolly was eager to experience the Alpine-themed coaster again. The ride featured toboggan-style vehicles that raced through an artificial mountain at speeds approaching 30 miles per hour.
Like, guys, here's an idea for all the people that are making roller coasters, right? How about you just make people sign a contract that says, if you die, we're not legally liable for this? Because, like, if you go on a roller coaster, you're going to die, dog. This is one of the reasons why I will never go on a roller coaster. There's always some scary-ass story from a roller coaster, bro. It's like, nigga died. Like, bro. They need to start making people sign shit before they even go on a roller coaster.
Each 3-person bobsled was equipped with seatbelts, but ride operators didn't always verify they were fastened. On January 3rd, Dolly boarded a bobsled in the early afternoon. Whether she forgot...
With Google Play Games, you can play
God,
unlock.
it's Google!
Unlock
Mod me?
rewards
No,
with
I'm not. Oh my god. I'm not gonna mod you, bro. I'm not gonna mod you, Loki. You always saying this shit every time, and you're never even in the lives, Loki.
Google
forgot to secure her seatbelt or it was improperly latched remains unclear. The ride began normally as her sled climbed the initial chain lift to the top of the mountain. At first, everything seemed fine. Then, as the vehicle navigated a sharp turn halfway through the ride, disaster struck. The bobsled hit a particularly rough section of track known for its jarring bumps. Dolly, without the security of a fastened seatbelt, was jolted upward. The momentum of the speeding vehicle combined with the centrifugal force of the turn was enough to lift her completely out of her seat. In an instant, she was thrown from the bobsled onto the cold metal track, her body splayed across the rails. For approximately...
So a lot of people are dying at Disney, apparently. And it seems like... For
4 seconds, Dolly lay on the track, possibly conscious and aware of her predicament. Then came the sound of the next bobsled.
No, oh my, what the, yo! What's this video? What's the video? The video is about people who died like at Disney. So like they go to Disney and then they do something stupid, or they just happen to die. I don't know. So it's like before, some guy he went to Disney. He was like some teenager. And then when he was like at the top of the roller coaster, like, you know, the roller coaster goes up, right? When he was at the very tippy top, my nigga stood up and then he fell and then, you know, just plunked down and died. I don't know, bro. Like, this is weird.
Already descending the mountain just 20 seconds behind hers, the oncoming vehicle had no time to stop. Its steel undercarriage struck Dolly's upper body with tremendous force. The impact severed her neck almost completely, leaving her head attached by only a few tendons and blood vessels. Blood sprayed across the white artificial snow, creating a ghastly contrast that would later haunt the ride operators who discovered.
What the? Yo, no. Disney needs to do better. Disney needs to do better, bro. No. That's bad. That's bad, dog.
The bobsled that struck her derailed partially, stranding its passengers above the grisly scene. Those riders reported hearing a sickening sound, part thud, part crack. as their vehicle hit what they initially thought
That's
was a piece
disgusting.
of the ride's scenery. When emergency responders arrived, they found Dolly's body wedged beneath the derailed bobsled, her head twisted at an impossible angle. The coroner later determined that death was mercifully quick, resulting from immediate trauma to the spinal
Thank
cord
God.
and massive hemorrhaging. The Toontown tragedy. Brandon Zucker was 4
Yeah, I know,
years
this is
old
scary,
when he
bro.
visited Disneyland with his parents on September 22nd, 2000. The Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin ride had been operating in the park's Toontown section for 6 years. The attraction featured spinning cartoon taxicabs that moved along a track through colorful scenes. Each vehicle could rotate 360 degrees as it progressed through the ride, controlled by a steering wheel inside the cab.
Okay.
Brandon, an energetic preschooler with bright eyes and brown hair, sat in the same cab as his mother. The ride began normally as their yellow taxi entered the first scene. The vehicle spun gently as Brandon's mother turned the wheel. About halfway through the attraction, as the cab made a sharp turn,
No.
something went terribly wrong. The small opening between the bottom of the cab door and the ride floor was approximately 7 inches, just large enough for a child's body to pass through. In a moment of excitement or imbalance, Brandon slipped down from his seat. Before his mother could react, he slid through the gap beneath the door.
Oh my God. No, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Dude, like, does it not have seatbelts? Does it not have seatbelts? Like, this is weird. No, this is actually weird, dog. Like, oh my God, this is bad. This is bad, bro. Like, how did their mom not notice the kid slipping? And how did Brandon not notice he's slipping? Like, what?
vehicle's momentum dragged him immediately under the moving cab. The metal undercarriage, weighing over 700 pounds, rolled over Brandon's small body. The crushing force caused catastrophic compression injuries to his chest and abdomen. Most devastating was the oxygen deprivation to his brain, which began the moment his chest was crushed. For approximately 3 minutes, Brandon remained pinned beneath the taxi as the ride continued to operate. Other guests heard his mother's screams but couldn't understand what was happening in the darkened attraction. When operators
Wait, but no, I feel like the operators should have had like a emergency stop in the car train, right? Because that's like a safety feature, and that should be in there, right? Because like what? Nah.
finally stopped the ride and emergency personnel reached him. Brandon was unconscious. His pulse was faint, his breathing almost imperceptible. Paramedics performed CPR as they rushed him to the hospital. Brandon survived the initial trauma but had suffered irreversible brain damage. For the next 9 years, he remained in a persistent vegetative state, kept alive by feeding tubes and constant care. His body grew, but his mind never recovered. Medical experts explained that each day, his brain cells continued to die from the original injury. On January 26, 2009, at age 13, Brandon's body finally succumbed to pneumonia, a direct complication of his bedridden condition. The official cause of death was listed as complications from anoxic encephalopathy, brain damage caused by oxygen deprivation nearly a decade earlier. Christmas Eve catastrophe. Luan Fee Dawson was 33 years old when he visited Disneyland with his family on December 24, 1998. The holiday crowds filled the park as Dawson, his wife Lu Tui Vuong, and their daughter gathered near the sailing ship Columbia attraction. The Columbia was a full-scale replica of an 18th century sailing vessel that circled the rivers of America. The ship, weighing over 110 tons, was...
No, low-key, Disney better pay for the mom. I don't think Disney ever pays them low-key though, because like I feel like it's common sense when you go to like an amusement park or something like that that's dangerous. You should know the risk before you go there, low-key. So I don't think Disney would have paid them, because I think it already has like the warning labels. They always have the warning labels. So
secured to the dock by heavy ropes attached to metal cleats bolted into the wooden deck. At approximately 6:15 p.m., as guests were boarding for the next journey, a cast member attempted to secure one of the mooring lines. The rope being used was not the specified marine-grade nylon, but a cheaper, less flexible polyester substitute that had been installed during recent maintenance. As the massive ship pulled against its moorings, the rope suddenly went taut with over 2,000 pounds of pressure. The strain proved too much for the substandard material. With a sound like a rifle shot, the rope snapped. The release tension sent the heavy metal cleat flying through the air at nearly 100 miles per hour. The 8-pound brass fixture became a deadly projectile, ripping free from its mounting bolts and spinning wildly toward the crowd of waiting guests. Dawson had no time to react. The metal cleat struck him directly in the skull, just above his right temple. The impact crushed his cranial bone inward with such force that bone fragments penetrated 3 inches into his brain. The traumatic injury severed blood vessels and destroyed critical brain tissue instantly. Neurologists later explained that while death was not immediate, consciousness was lost within milliseconds, as intracranial pressure spiked catastrophically. Blood poured from the wound as Dawson collapsed onto the festively decorated dock. His wife, standing just beside him, was also struck by the projectile as it ricocheted. The cleat tore through her.
No, this actually, no. This has to be crazy. Because what do you mean? It didn't just go for one person. It went for both of them. So it was like, nah, I can't just take the husband. I need to take the wife too. Like, it literally took till death do his part. Like, literally. Oh my God, that's crazy. But no, Disney needs to learn how to like fix their shit, Loki. What the fuck? Nah, that's great. That's crazy.
Her cheekbone and jaw,
No
leaving
way.
her critically injured but alive. Their young daughter watched in horror as both parents fell. Emergency medical technicians reached Dawson within
Bro, they even had a kid. Oh my, no. Yo. Disney needs to start securing their shit, low-key. Because this is bad, low-key. Now this kid's traumatized for life. Disney better pay for that therapy, gang. Oh my God.
minutes, but the injury was unsurvivable. Despite being rushed to the nearby UC Irvine Medical Center, he was pronounced dead at 8:48 p.m., just as Christmas Eve celebrations around the park were reaching their peak. His death marked the first guest fatality at Disneyland directly attributable to mechanical failure, rather than guest behavior or pre-existing medical conditions.
Since you're already playing games anyway,
are we serious?
why not earn some free rewards while you're at it? All you need to do is download Buff, let it run in the background as you play, and just
Why is that
upgrade
with some
your
stupid
start
shit,
earning
low-key? I
Buff
fucking
points.
hate this. Okay.
These can be used in
People Mover Tunnel Crush. Ricky Lee Yama was 17 years old when he visited Disneyland on a warm August day in 1967. The People Mover attraction, which had opened just the previous year, was a futuristic transportation system that offered guests a leisurely journey through Tomorrowland. The ride consisted of small four-person cars that moved continuously along an elevated track at a steady 5 miles per hour. There were no doors on the vehicles, just open sides.
So this is 5 miles per hour. I don't think anybody's gonna die from this because it's 5 miles per hour, dog. That's like as fast as a scooter can go. This can't be crazy.
That allowed guests to easily enter and exit at the loading platform. Ricky was with friends that afternoon enjoying the park's attractions. Witnesses later reported seeing the teenagers engaging in horseplay near the People Mover, possibly daring each other to jump between moving cars.
Oh.
This dangerous activity wasn't uncommon among thrill-seeking teens, despite clear warnings against it. As the train of connected cars entered a dark tunnel section near the Adventure Through Inner Space attraction, Ricky made his fateful decision. With his friends watching, he leapt from the platform toward a moving car. The gap between cars was only 18 inches, seemingly easy to cross. But Ricky mistimed his jump. His foot caught the edge of a car, causing him to lose balance. He tumbled downward, falling directly onto the moving track below.
Oh.
The fall itself wasn't far, just 4 feet, but the consequences were immediate and catastrophic. Before Ricky could regain his footing in the darkened tunnel, the next train of People Mover cars rounded the bend. The front edge of the first car struck his body, knocking him flat against the track. The undercarriage, with its wheels and mechanical components, passed directly over him. The weight of the car crushed his ribcage, puncturing his lungs and heart, but death didn't come instantly.
Oh, so you're telling me he suffered for another minute, bro? R.I.P., bro. Falling 4 feet is kind of a lot. Like, I feel like 4 feet. No. I don't think 4 feet is not that much, Loki. It's like this much. Yeah, actually no. It's about like this much. 4 feet is not that much, but it's deadly if they like land on the back of their head. It was like, bah, like that would kill instantly. But I don't know, dog. I don't know, cause like 4 feet, you can like stand up and like react fast. I don't know, bro.
As Ricky lay
That just might
injured
be
on the
me.
track, unable to move, additional cars continued to pass over him. Each one inflicted new trauma to his already broken body. The ride's mechanical system, designed to move continuously, dragged him along the track for approximately 340 feet through the dark tunnel.
Yo.
Other guests, seated in cars passing through the same tunnel, heard his screams but couldn't see what was happening in the darkness below. When ride operators finally received word of a problem and stopped the attraction, emergency responders found Ricky's body mangled beyond recognition. The medical examiner later determined that he had remained conscious for at least 40 seconds after the initial impact, experiencing the full horror of being crushed and dragged before blood loss and organ damage finally ended his suffering. Monorail track trespass. Thomas Guy Cleveland was 19 years old on June 7, 1966, when he attempted to sneak into Disneyland during the park's annual Grad Night celebration. The special after-hours event was restricted to high school graduates with valid tickets, which Cleveland did not have. Determined to join his friends inside, he devised a
Biggest mistake he made. That was like the dumbest decision. She was like, nothing can go wrong, and then, booyah, he's dead. Like, oh my God.
plan to bypass the main entrance. The Disneyland Hotel sat just outside park property, separated from Tomorrowland by a 16-foot security fence topped with barbed wire. Around 1 o'clock a.m., Cleveland scaled this imposing barrier, ignoring the clear warning signs posted along its length. The teenager successfully cleared the barbed wire and dropped down onto what appeared to be an empty service road. What he failed to realize was that he had landed directly on the Disneyland Allweg monorail track, an elevated concrete beam that carried the futuristic trains between the hotel and the park. Cleveland began walking along the narrow beam toward Tomorrowland. The concrete track was only 32 inches wide, leaving little room for error. A security guard spotted him and immediately shouted warnings to get down. Cleveland either didn't hear or chose to ignore these calls. He continued forward, unaware that Monorail Red was approaching from behind at approximately 30 miles per hour on its regular late-night circuit. The train's operator spotted Cleveland too late to stop. The monorail, weighing several tons, struck the teenager with tremendous force. The impact shattered his spine and fractured his skull instantly. His body was thrown forward but became caught beneath the front of the train.
Oh my
For
God!
approximately 70 feet, Cleveland was dragged along the rough concrete beam, his skin and clothing torn away by the abrasive surface. The friction created by his body against the track actually helped slow the monorail to a stop. When emergency responders reached the scene, they found Cleveland's remains wedged beneath the first car. Medical examiners later determined that while the initial impact caused catastrophic injuries, Cleveland had not died instantly. Blood evidence indicated his heart continued beating for nearly 2 minutes as he was dragged along the track, conscious enough to experience the excruciating pain of having his body systematically shredded by the concrete. The nighttime darkness and the elevation of the track meant that many guests inside the park remained unaware of the tragedy unfolding above them. Cleveland's death occurred as graduation celebrations continued nearby. The juxtaposition of youthful celebration and grim mortality separated by just a few dozen feet of air. If you want to see more videos like this, click the video on screen.
Wait, no, imagine going like with your friend somewhere, right? And then you're like celebrating, your friend didn't get the invite, right? You're like, okay, my friend didn't come, let's go, right? You go celebrate at Disneyland, like after you're done, right? You go home. When you get home, your parents are like living room, they're like talking, like, you know, they're like, yo, John, your friend Cleveland just died. Now you're like super confused, right? And they're like, he was at the same Disney place you were at, dog. And he died while you were there. Like, imagine how guilty his friends must have felt, bro. Their friend literally died while they were celebrating, bro. Oh, nah, this is crazy, dog. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also come join my feud. Oh, freak. Come join my Discord community. Hey, JordanTimes out. Anyway, guys. That's freaking crazy. Ooh, react to how Mr. Beast chocolate is made. That's the last thing I'm gonna do and then go to sleep because I can't stay awake for so long. I'm gonna die.
What if you can create your
Are we serious?
own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can. First up, let's talk about AI color themes. You can get any combos you want.
Do your work, bro.
Bright, minimalist, and sleek.
What do you mean do my work,
something
bro?
you didn't
What?
even
What are you on
think of.
about? Okay, guys. Anyway. How Feastable chocolate is made. Anyway, welcome back to another YouTube video. Actually, a live stream. Oh, you made it seem like you were ending. No, I was ending the video because it's like a video within the live stream. So I'm just like making as many videos as I can, you know? Miss Robertson has a 5-page essay. No. Google. Are we serious, dog? What are you talking about? Anyway. Welcome back. Today we're gonna be reacting to Mr. Beast's new video. Actually, he's telling us how to make Feastable chocolate at home. Okay, so copy that secret. Take your popcorn and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down who your favorite Mr. Beast character is. Low-key. Yeah.
You've heard me say that Feastables is the best tasting chocolate in the world. And in this video, we're gonna pull back the curtain, hide no secrets, and show you exactly how we make this and why it's the best. I'm taking you on a journey from farm to factory to show you exactly how Feastables chocolate is made. And stick around because later, I'm revealing a brand new Feastables flavor that you've been asking for years. Most of the chocolate brands you see in the grocery store are over 100 years old. And when I started Feastables, I realized a lot of chocolate companies are stuck in the past. How the ingredients are sourced, how they're put together.
Wait, that's actually smart though. Like, guys, we gotta start using the Mr. Beast method, okay? You go to Walmart, right? You pay random people like $5, right? To promote your product. So like, I go to Walmart, I take a Walmart hoodie, I'm like, then I give them my hoodie, I'm like, I'm gonna give you $5 if you say my hoodie is the best hoodie ever, right? just by feel. And then they do it, and then Mr. Beast method, like, it's never gonna be patched, dog. That's the Mr. Beast method. We need to start doing that, Lucky. I'm gonna start doing that when I get my clothing brand.
Everything was ripe for disruption. But before I tell you guys how we develop our chocolate, you need to see where it all begins.
Ghana.
It all starts here, at our cacao farms. This is where your chocolate is born. Cacao pods grow right off the branches, off the cacao tree, and they take around 5 to 6 months to ripen. Harvesting is all done by hands, using curved blades similar to this, thank you, to cut the pods in half and then split them open with the machete. And when you crack that bad boy open, you'll see these sweet and tangy white beans.
Oh, smells great.
That looks disgusting.
Slimy.
This process is entirely manual and cannot be done by a machine. These beans are then left to ferment, and this is where chocolate gets its taste from. These farmers are the first step to bringing chocolate to life. But here's the reality. Over 70% of the world's cacao comes from West Africa. Sadly, most farmers here earn less than $1 a day. And that's why over 1.5 million children are involved in illegal child labor. When I learned this, I knew Feastables had to do things differently. That's why 100% of our cacao is fair trade certified. We pay farmers a living income reference price, and we only work with farms that use child labor monitoring and remediation systems.
I thought chocolate was only in like South Central America. Actually, I thought that too, but I guess it's in Africa too. Anyway, guys, why did Mr. Beast is actually so smart. Every time I'm seeing this video, bro, he never said how much he paid them. He just said he's paying the reference, you know. So therefore, he could be paying them like $2, and nobody would fucking know. That's the Mr. Beast method. Loki, this nigga is the smartest nigga I know, bro. Oh my god, I'm gonna start copying this guy.
When farmers are paid fairly, their kids can go to school, and the farmers can focus on growing the best cacao. That is where the quality of Feastables chocolate truly comes from. After a week of sun drying, the beans are ready for the next stage. Once the beans arrive back in they are dumped off at our factories like this. We then grab these beans and we roast them to unlock the chocolate flavor. Thank you. You could have just left them in the bag. Then you take the roasted cacao, take off the shell, and you're left with cacao nibs like this. Then you take these cacao nibs and you turn it into a cacao liquor. You then take this cacao liquor and separate it into cacao butter, cacao cake, and cacao powder, allowing you to recombine them in the right ratios to make the flavor profile you want. Before a single flavor becomes a reality, we send out service.
Wait, so are you telling me there's chocolate butter, dog? Actually, I would want to try that. Chocolate butter. Yo. Nah, that's actually insane. That's actually insane, chat. Chocolate butter, yo. Comment down below. Have you ever tasted chocolate butter?
To you guys, our fans, asking exactly what flavors you want to see next. Then we turn those ideas into thousands of prototypes. I taste hundreds of formulas, and we run a blind test with thousands of people until one flavor crushes the rest. We asked over 250,000 was our brand new Feastables caramel bar.
Beautiful.
You see, this is a dairy-free.
Okay. No shade to Mr. Beast or anything, but why did it take him so long to make a caramel bar? Like, the nut chocolate? Yo, relax. A caramel bar is literally the easiest bar to make, I feel it. Like, because every chocolate band has a caramel bar. What took him so long? Like, no shade, but what took him so long? Like, what do you... Oh, my... I don't know. I might not just be the best chocolate engineer out there, gang.
Small batch, kettle cooked caramel. We didn't take any shortcuts.
No shortcuts.
No fake flavors.
No fake flavors.
None of that cheap added caramel color.
No, none of that.
Okay, we use real butter, sweetened condensed milk, heavy cream,
That's creamy.
brown sugar,
Oh my god.
a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of salt. Get to stirring.
I can't wait. Oh,
All
that's
right,
really creamy.
check out this bad boy right here. Look at that. Look at how drippy it is. Look at that. Now that you know how Feastables caramel is made, let me take you on over to the taste test room, where I invited hundreds of strangers to do a blind taste test on our new Feastables caramel bar. Here's what they had to say.
Oh man, that's good. I really like the caramel on the inside.
Yeah, they're definitely paid,
The
bro.
texture's great.
The texture is nice and smooth,
That's
He's
excellent,
definitely paying
really
these people.
smooth and
deep and rich.
I'm usually not a huge chocolate person, but this is actually really good.
She's already famous.
10 out of 10.
recommend.
I recommend you get your own.
Can I take a bar with me?
It seems the new caramel bar is a hit. And now, Carl is gonna go to a factory and show you what's inside.
I'm going to the factory.
It's on the other side of America.
What?
On the other side of America.
Your plane leaves tomorrow. You heard me correct. I sent Carl and Nolan inside the factory so you can see this bar. come to life.
You might not know this, but we're actually expert taste testers on a professional level.
First, the boys must melt down 500 pounds of
should buy one
butter
and
into
try
a
it.
giant tank.
No, it's all coming from the heart. Dog, definitely not, bro. Mr. Beast, if you're seeing this video, can you please send me one chocolate bar? I will test it out and show you the real opinion of the real peoples. Because I feel like this is like I feel like the people in the video are lying. Because ain't no way like an influencer tells you like, yo, you want to promote my product? And then you do an honest, non-biased review. There's no way. There's no way. Mr. Beast needs to hire me, dog. What?
That's a lot of butter. Pull, pull, pull. All right, ready?
Chocolate butter?
There it goes. We need new gloves.
It's in my eyeball.
That butter is transported into a giant kettle, which is then mixed with simple, high-quality ingredients to create our caramel.
And now we're adding the rest of the ingredients to the caramel. The first ingredient is the real brown sugar. Yeah,
Oh.
keep going there, buddy.
I'm going.
That's what makes it so delicious.
Here's the real butter. And we're also pumping in real condensed milk and real creamer.
Here's the real sugar.
Everything's real. I get it.
The kettle slowly cooks the ingredients, turning everything into liquid gold.
Now the machine's gonna mix it all up and it's gonna go into these chambers behind us to cook.
Once the caramel is ready, it's poured into a massive kettle cooker, waiting to meet our chocolate.
This batch is 500 pounds of caramel.
Which equates to over 12,000 chocolate bars.
That's a lot of chocolate bars.
As the caramel cooks, the boys get to work on creating the rich chocolate that Feastables
That actually
is
looks
known
nice.
These are the chocolate wafers, and now we're gonna melt them down to prepare the molds for the chocolate.
Why do they keep
Now
saying
we wait
real?
for the mountain of chocolate to melt.
I think they keep saying real so people know it's real. Wait, what? No, I don't want to. No. I think they keep saying real so people are like, oh wow, Mr. Beast chocolate real. I need to go buy it. So like, I don't know. I think it's advertisement, Loki. I don't know.
When it's go time, both the caramel and the chocolate flow into the mold at the same time.
And this is where the chocolate and the caramel combine.
Once the bars have set, they head up into a cooling tower where they're chilled for about 20 minutes.
Now that the bars are cooled, they get moved over here and thumped to get demolded.
Did you say thump?
Thump.
I'm really excited to try our first caramel bar.
Before they can be wrapped, every bar gets checked right on the floor.
Maria here is part of the quality team. Her job is to make sure that the chocolate matches the weight and size of what we're going for. How are these ones looking?
Want to take the date? The right here. Check.
Is that a good height?
It is.
That's perfect.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Yo.
There it is.
It's good.
We did it.
All right.
No way.
Perfectly shaped chocolate bar.
No way they have to do that every single time. They'll be like, oh yeah, this chocolate is, what's it, Demeter to the left? No, no, no. And they just return it like, Loki, what? No way. No way they have to do this every single time.
These bars are wrapped at a pace of 160 bars per minute.
And this is where the bars get wrapped and then boxed by hand.
We're gonna try our first caramel bar.
Cheers.
Bet you like that thump. Yo, I did not like that thump.
That's good.
Yeah, this is my new favorite, actually. The people were right. We should have done caramel earlier.
Before we ship out our boxes of Feastables, we swab for allergens, microbes, and because these bars are made in a peanut-free facility, we make sure nothing dangerous is in the mix. And once every test is passed, the
Wait,
boxes...
pause. How do you make chocolate without peanuts? What? This has to be a lie. This has to be a lie. How do you make chocolate without peanuts? Either I'm stupid. Look, chat, comment down below, bro. Does chocolate actually contain peanuts? Or is this, am I thinking too much? Ain't no way.
are loaded onto trucks on their way to a store near you. And there you have it, from our cacao farms of West Africa to our intense research labs. You've seen the links we go through to ethically source this cacao so kids can get out of illegal child labor and get into school. You've also seen how obsessed we are over the caramel and how we took no shortcuts. We do everything we can to make this chocolate bar as good as it possibly can be. So the next time you're walking through a store and you're in a chocolate aisle like this, you have a decision to make. Support the status quo, or buy a chocolate bar that tastes better, is better for the farmers, and better for you. The brand new caramel bar is available at Walmart, Target, and Albertsons. It's going to taste amazing. Go give it a try.
Bro, what? Okay, you gotta be lying to me. Anyway. I forgot to say. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, join the Discord. Also, comment down below which Mr. Beast chocolate is your favorite. I don't know, gang. JordanTimes out. Okay, guys. Chocolate, yeah, because there has to be peanuts in chocolate, or it wouldn't be chocolate. Like, I feel like peanuts are essential to chocolate, no? Because they make peanut butter, and peanut butter kind of tastes like chocolate. So, low key, like, it has to be the same. Yeah, like, they have to put it in there, or it's not real. It's not real. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That just might be my personal opinion or personal knowledge. I don't know. Okay, that's all the reaction That's all the reaction I'm gonna do, low key, because I need to go to sleep and I gotta do my homework. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like. Okay, everybody like this live. I forgot to say that. Everybody like the live, and also don't forget to tune in on tomorrow's stream. I'm gonna be live again tomorrow. What the frick? What the frick? Anyway, I'm gonna be live again tomorrow, reacting to Cat's Eye or something like that. Don't forget, you're watching Jordan Times. Jordan Times out.